and welcome back. This is an interesting thing. I'm actually recording this while I'm in a train by the Denali National Park. Now, speaking of national parks, you need permits, you need permission, you need all kinds of stuff, and it's kind of interesting that you can't record in the parks anymore unless you have permits or you pay all kinds of ridiculous fees. But let's go into my office real quick. That way you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, and I can show you guys a little bit more detail so you guys can understand what's going on and what could possibly happen to the future of this channel. Now, here is the website for the National Park Services. This is the About Us section. It says filming and still photography permits, and they're blanketing every single national park out there. So I'll let you read a lot of this stuff. It says when is a permit commercial needed for, and it kind of gets in details. What is considered commercial filming? Commercial filming means the film, electronic, magnetic, digital, or other recordings of a moving object by a person, business, or other entity for a marketing audience with the intent of generating income. Now, I know with some of us YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, whatever you have, like, they're talking about us, and they're talking about everyone that's going to be filming. Examples include, but are not limited to, feature film, photography, documentaries. Commercial filming may include the advertisement or of a product or service, or the use of actors, models, sets, and props. Now, does the commercial filming by individuals or small groups require a permit? Small groups meaning vloggers, like somebody like me that just goes by myself. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. This is now by federal law, requires a permit for all commercial filming, no matter the size of the crew or type of equipment. This includes individuals or small groups that do not use much equipment but generate revenue by posting footages on websites such as YouTube and TikTok. And of course, they're covering more than just those two apps. Instagram is monetized now. Facebook is monetized now. Anything that's generating income. And they spat those two specific ones out because those are the two big ones right now. The primary focus of the National Park Service, however, is on commercial filming that has the potential to impact park resources and visitors beyond what occurs from normal visitor use of park areas. Example of this type of filming are productions that are substantially equipment, such as sets, lighting, productions, and crews that exceed 5 people and film in closed areas, wilderness, and other blah, 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 blah. All filmers, no matter the size, must comply with all rules that apply in park areas, just like other visitors. So they're really trying to zone in on everyone, even with when is a permit needed for still photography. In most cases, still photography does not require a permit. A permit is required for still photography only when the activity takes place at locations where or when members of the publicity are generally not allowed. The activity use model, sets, props. So there you go. So now you got to bring stuff. So if you're bringing stuff, doesn't matter where, of course. And then the National Park Service would incur additional administration costs to monitor the activity. You have, it's a mandatory thing. They're pretty much charging $50 to get a park ranger to follow you around. So if you're going off on the offbeat path, or if you're disrupting whatever, like with people, then this is going to affect everyone, which is insane. Who needs a permit? A special use permit is required for any individual, business, or organization, including nonprofit groups and educational institutions, filming for a marketing audience or receiving compensation associated with footage or recordings made in the park. So that's who needs a permit. All these rules that are coming out has changed, which is insane. When it comes to filming, commercial advertisements, feature films, entertainment broadcasts, documentaries, promotion, or educational films, including nonprofit and student projects. Crazy. If you're a student too, and if you want to record something in there, you need a permit if you're going to... Wow. Filming for stock footages, regardless of equipment or crew size, doesn't matter if you're a one-man crew. Time-lapse photography, if the final sequence will be used in a motion picture format for commercial purposes. Use of a large or unusual equipment, even for non-commercial. Still photographer using models, props, sets, lighting, or other specialized equipment. Use of large or unusual equipment.
Still photography workshop and tours. A commercial use authorization may be required for photography workshops. Sound recordings. It takes place at locations where and when members of the public are generally not allowed. It uses equipment that requires mechanical transportation. It uses equipment that requires an external power source other than the battery pack. So some of this stuff seems a little bit more like Hollywood stuff, but like it's narrowing down specifics to everybody and anybody, and they're blanketing everything. So the only people that are exempted from this is visitors filming or taking pictures intended for their personal use and enjoyment. Special requests or use of larger unusual equipment may require permitting even if it's for personal use. Novice filmmakers should inquire with Film Office for more information. Numbers are listed below. The National Park Service does not issue retroactive permits. Credentialed news organizations documents an event that cannot be covered at any other time and location. It even talks about having insurance. And then, of course, they break down definitions of what is commercial filming, models, set, props. And then, of course, here it gets into like more information with fees, weddings, stuff like that, like First Amendment permits. And it's pretty much this parking lot, that parking lot, and that parking lot, which is absolutely insane. Now, here's just some of the basic info. If you're doing for weddings, here's like locations for weddings, and just a couple more information stuff about that. Now, so when it comes for everybody else, us YouTubers or content creators, application administration fee is $315 for Joshua Tree. Now, I've heard that it can get as low as $100, and I've heard up to like $500 possibly. So it says here, this is paid online with a credit card. Once your permit has been received and reviewed, we will send instructions on how to make your payment. Location fee, there is a location fee, and that is determined by the total number of cast and crew you'll have on location. So check it out. If it's 1 or 2 people, camera and a tripod only, $0. It could though be if you have 1 to 10 people, $150, depending on what type of equipment you have. For still photography, 1 to 10 people, $50 a day. Just this is just saying if you're taking pictures and just audio, then it's $50 a day. And this is based on location fees. That's crazy. I don't know if that's like the amount of locations, which again, they'll kind of tell you exactly what you need. There also is a monitoring fee, $50 an hour, non-negotiable. This is a monitoring fee for the park ranger that is required to be on location for every shot that is permitted in the park. So you have to have a babysitter pretty much with you. And then on top of that, you need liability insurance. You may be required to provide a copy of your liability insurance in the amount of $1 million, and the certificate holder on the policy must read the United States of America Joshua Tree National Park. This is freaking crazy. Once your permit is received, it will take 10 to 30 days to process, but that doesn't mean you'll get it within that time. Unbelievable. Now, this is different within park to park, so make sure you do your research when you're looking at this.
Now, let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment below. It's a bummer because, yeah, they're not stopping it completely, but you do have to pay fees to do stuff. And this is one of the places right here. As you can see, Denali, it's like -15 over here right now. It'll be really cool to get in here and do stuff, but right now they're closed anyway. But for future videos, it might be a little bit different. Definitely gonna have to rethink a lot of stuff before I do it. And for anybody else doing research, it's gonna be even harder for you guys to see exactly what there is to do. Good old Google will help you. So yeah, hopefully we could still do something and show you guys and bring you guys some of the coolest things to do when you're in all the different national parks in the United States. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other. See you guys in the next one.